Yeah, Blizzard in a nutshell. So the Diablo devs play their game. Well,
How far
at
they
least I
get?
think that's what they were doing. I'm not sure.
Video of this?
Is there video of this? Why,
Yes.
there is.
Yes. Yes.
We're gonna have a garbage build. Watch.
Wait, what is this, like the lead dev or something?
We're gonna have like intelligence.
I don't know. Why don't we find out?
I bet he
Have
said
any
it.
emotes?
I can taunt you.
Taunt me.
There are so many ways I can kill you.
I will be your last stupid mistake. Hi, I'm Deanie. I am a senior dungeon designer on.
We have a senior dungeon designer.
All right.
Okay, senior dungeon designer. Very nice. I need to point this out that I'm not a fan of the shirt.
I'm not either.
Why is it colorful? Just have it blood red like the name.
Yes,
Hold
I
on.
wanted to look.
Hang
Awesome.
on. We all know why it's colorful.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
we know.
why.
Yeah.
So
I don't like
I'm gonna have argument and counter argument. I don't like it because, for one, I'm the exact same way. This should have like some nice blood. It should have like blood entrails. Like the end of this on the A should have like a drip of blood, like ready to fall
Yes.
off.
I
And
want to see like a
Diablo
demon
is
skull in the
devil,
background
like-
as well. Like I want
Like,
it's
so-
Diablo.
It's
I
the
know this
name.
is the logo. I get it, but there could be so much more that could be done there. So much.
Yeah.
It's so simplistic.
And yet,
Thank you,
this
Dave.
is like the exact opposite. It's all colorful. I hate that. Now let's do a counter argument. It is colorful, which could also send that I'm not afraid of Diablo. I will
It's a
mock
happy,
his
friendly
name.
little
I will
Diablo,
mock
yeah.
his name openly. I am not scared of him.
I gotta walk in the park anytime I gotta go whip him.
I can go with that as well. I can go with that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm fine with that. But I don't know. Overall, I would. It's not my thing. I'd
I
rather
don't-
have the.
I don't like that for Diablo. I mean, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
I would. I wouldn't
wear
mind
it.
how you were saying with the blood and so on and so forth. But then on the back also have like what I have for my D3 shirt, which like is just basically the face of Diablo.
Yeah, I was thinking that
Yeah,
too.
like over the back. Yeah,
That's
like
the
with,
only
with
thing I
these
could
two.
think of.
Jesus,
I would
That'd
wear
be-
that. That'd be so sick.
that would be good. I like this. I like this. Right, can't see it though. Can't see it.
I bet you it's just probably a plain
On Diablo
black shirt
before.
with that. just in
Howdy,
front.
I'm Josie, an associate designer.
So we have a senior designer and associate designer.
Associate
have-
designer of what? Because she was a senior dungeon designer. Is it like just in general an associate designer? Or are you just gonna like
She's-
give tips
well, I-
around the office? I'm sorry. I'm kind of curious on that part. I don't really know what your
What-
job is.
Yeah, but did she like get the coffee for the designer?
I'm saying, like, I don't know.
Like, what is she specifically designing?
The other one had 3 words. This has 2. It doesn't work.
Got you. Okay, I missed
She works
that.
for the, no, she works for the NPC. That's what she does.
What
We
does
gotta
she do?
associate with them.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Diablo
yeah, yeah.
4. What are
She
we playing today,
congregates.
Deanie?
So today,
She's a
I
small
wanted us to
talker.
play Belfry Zakara because it is pretty cool. Belfry Zakara is a dungeon that you find on the coast of Hawazar. It's pretty cool because it's the only dungeon.
Okay.
I'm seeing some of this game. I don't like it. I hate how it looks, man. I
Okay,
hate it.
first let's
I
go
can't
to
tell
first.
what's what.
Before we
God.
get too far in this, I would like you to notice
And that is got the kind of like Zack architecture going on mixed with the lovely
that there is a
drowned themes all over the place. So it makes it like super unique and a super cool place.
What's it mixed with?
It's like
Now-
she said, it's Zack architecture with like a drowned aspect.
Y-
So it's
she's
like
just-
some of the stuff's
yeah.
underwater.
She's describing the
theme of
dungeon
the place.
itself.
Yeah, the theme.
Okay,
I
that's,
just didn't
that's
know
all
what those things
good.
were.
My problem here is there's controller and controller. All right, people.
They're not in a
And-
party.
I understand. No, they are.
They are?
Yeah, it's behind the.
Oh,
Um,
okay, it's hidden.
Yeah, it's where it pops up.
I don't want to break you console people down, but Diablo has been first and foremost always a PC game.
Mm.
And every time I see the devs play, they're always on controllers.
because it's easier.
Always.
They can talk and stuff.
It's,
I watched the Path of Exile recently called ExileCon. I did not.
Well, it's because
See
they can actually know how to play
anybody-
their game.
Do you
I'm
think
glad-
it'd be more for like you see their webcam, you see how like they're able to like look back, look relaxed doing it. So there's definitely for like to show how like casual it can be,
Mhm.
along with the fact that it's probably easier to film it. Because if you're playing on keyboard, either you have a camera like right in front of you, right to your side, and if you're doing it with more than one person, you have two of those angles. So it probably looks really awkward to film if they're gonna do anything like that.
Yeah, but why do we have to watch them?
That is a good point.
Good point.
It could have had like a separate person playing the game, and then them two kind of commentating on it, which is what
No,
Path of Exile did.
they actually played it.
Like in Path of Exile 2,
Yeah.
that's what they did. They just
He
had
was
someone
actually
play
playing it. No, he was actually playing it. While
No,
While
there was two different people. He was talking about
yeah,
someone else
there-
who played it, and then he was just commentating over it.
Okay, so
that was
this was okay at ExileCon. That was live. One guy was playing, the other one was doing commentary. There's
Okay.
two separate.
See that would work.
And
perfectly
actually-
fine in this scenario.
And actually, at ExileCon, he died on the boss.
Wait, I was still like to see that, like the death.
See,
actions
yeah,
and
that's
stuff,
the
like,
boss. You probably looked at it and you're like,
you didn't
okay,
mean to
that
do it,
looked
but I
tough,
still
that
want to
looked
see
fine.
it.
So yes, I will. Okay, I'll go with your point that yes, this does make it easier to see while they commentate and play and lay back. But at the same time, we can do the same point of, well, why do they have to be playing?
Exactly. Like, yeah, no, that's true.
If they do
don't
the
have to be
commentary
playing.
while someone else is playing, like why?
I feel like that would also make it a lot easier on like everyone's part. It's like one
Yeah,
person
'cause-
plays the game, enjoys
Hell,
playing the
get
game. The
someone
other
who
two
can-
are just commentating.
In-
Get someone
in
who can
all-
play the game.
In
while you
all
just-
honesty, we don't even know if these controllers are hooked up, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Do we know if they're actually playing? No.
No.
It looks-
They could.
Bro, it looks like Xbox stuff.
So
Dude, I was going to lose my mind if one of them was like a different console controller.
They're on PS4, aren't they?
No, this is Xbox. You see the little.
Yeah, I see the Xbox stuff down there,
The
but I'm not
tile
sure.
sets are
Yeah,
basically the,
I don't think that-
the look.
I would
of-
laugh if they have
like
like
they're all the
PS3
different like
controller,
looks
just,
of
just
the
hide it,
dungeons
no
that
one
you
will
have in
know.
the game. You know, your standard caves or your crypts, or in this case, these are like Cathedral of
I
Light
do not like
themed
the health
or
bars.
Zacharium themed. Our dungeon artists have this really cool thing they can do where they can add themes to stuff to make it stand out. So we've got like gore if we want like body parts and stuff like that, or
okay, yeah.
like spider webs, things like that. This one
That just
Okay, I am noticing a lot of things not being used.
they just have all this stuff that they could just right at their fingertips, right at their
Let's-
disposal.
Maybe they're just warming up. Maybe they're just warming up. Okay, well, yeah.
however, happen to get a drowned theme, and it is the only dungeon of its type in terms of art.
I think that actually the drowned match very
Lot of smashing,
well
eh?
with the Belfry Zakara theme,
And right bumper.
just due to the fact that
Little left trigger.
what
little
we'll
left
find later
Okay.
It's an A, a left, and a Y.
It's mostly just A. Like she
Lot
is
of A.
smashing it.
is there are bells going on in the dungeon, and so everybody knows
Do you see this here? This is annoying.
That is one person just shooting one guy, and then you can't see the other person.
With the basic attack, right?
there are
Yeah,
drowned
There's only one.
bells, and for
Basic,
them to be
basic.
in a
Basic.
church,
Oh, there's one. There's a
church
move.
bells.
Shooting for her.
It fits very well.
Not automatically
They're
shooting,
about-
aiming.
Okay. There are some auto aim stuff on the console, yes.
Well,
I don't know if
I
it's
could
for
see
aiming
that,
at.
but I mean, like that is a 90-degree arrow, man. Like,
Okay,
can there just
for
be a little
instance-
bit more? Or a
for
little
instance,
bit
when it comes to
less?
corpses, there's like auto targeting on the console, but not on the PC.
Yeah, 'cause I can
Oh, when
move
it
my
comes to
mouse.
corpse, so like it'll.
That's one example.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's others. I haven't
That
really
is-
wanted.
like,
I haven't wanted to look
looks
into
like
it that far.
arrow is like kinking the other way every time. Like it
Bells
could
in this
easily hit
belfry,
him when he-
Zakara. All right,
Now they're
Josie,
pressing
tell
A
me,
on those
what do you do?
controllers.
So it's a
They're
little
definitely
bit
playing.
of level design with procedural creation with the tiles, as mentioned.
they talking about?
previously.
Hold
And
on.
then other times we're working with encounters or like adding little goodies on where to spawn.
These tiles look familiar.
They do.
I can't say whether they do or don't.
It,
Ugh, the map's gross.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh,
this is from.
oh.
I feel like they've taken this set from D3.
Imagine.
It even looks like some of the NPCs are
What?
D3 as well.
You know that one section in like Act 1, you're below the cathedral, I think, and like there's that one spot where there's this like on the bottom down here, there's like that staircase that goes down.
Yes. Yes, it's that. Where your mouse is, it looks like that, right? Yeah. Like that lower
Huh.
part right
What
there.
did you find
It's
about
like a
just
dark one,
searching,
yeah.
like Cathedral, Act 1, Diablo 3? And I bet you it would show up some of the area. So you
Now,
probably get a reference.
I am pointing that out, but as a side thing, reusing your assets is actually a good thing.
Yeah. I can't say it's bad.
I mean, it's clearly,
It's
you know,
interesting.
it's all updated and stuff. There's no, I don't find anything wrong with that. I just gonna,
Most people won't
just
even
kinda,
notice if you do
interesting.
things
noted.
right.
Which is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with you reusing assets. We can do
It makes
Breath of the
sense.
Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. That's reused assets, and
Yeah, it's just you gotta
nobody
do a little-
cares.
You gotta do little changes.
And
you can't
you
just
gotta say-
copy paste.
Yeah, it also makes sense in some regard, because why would the area change when all that changed was the game? Like, you're still in the
Well-
same like world, so architecture and everything's still gonna be the same.
I guess you could do that. Well, I mean, this is 500 years late. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter if everything's ancient, right?
Mhm.
No, you're. I mean, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That's one way. So there's something. Look, we said something good.
They did okay.
Shrines, as we currently see. And every now and then there will also be cursed shrines, and that's a fantastic event Deanie actually created.
I had help.
Oh, well, I mean, everybody has help. It's a collaborative job.
Okay, it's a collaborative job.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's see how collaborative it is.
People will create an initial dungeon, and then another
What is her
dungeon designer will
X
come in and then wind up basically giving both critique, and then also will make it better from there, and they'll understand, hey, this was like the core of the original idea, and keep that, and then we'll modify it to fit standards for the rest of the game on making sure, like, hey, killing all these monsters in this area is too large, so let's act.
So they're just basically telling you what to do.
Hold
You're
on.
doing it.
What did she
What?
just say?
Okay,
Roll that back, please.
roll it.
She
Okay, we're
What
Rolling it
did
back.
she say?
She basically said
And
they're
okay, here we
basically
go.
every now and then there will also be cursed shrines, and that's a fantastic event Deanie actually created.
I had help.
Okay. Okay, she had
Shit, it's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
well, I mean, everybody has help. It's a collaborative job. People will create an initial dungeon.
Okay, so somebody creates the initial dungeon.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we got that part. Initial dungeon. Someone has decided to make this. Like, this is my
Like
dungeon.
they understand, like, okay, yeah, this is what it's going for. This is the dungeon. This is the theme. This is why it's here. Right?
This-
This is the
so this
dungeon.
so person one has made this. Okay.
did she like call themselves out without knowing it?
About what?
What she just said. Like I know what she
Uh-huh.
said. She basically said that, they're telling you what to do and you do it. It's not really help.
But hold on, let's just let it play.
No, hang on.
And then another dungeon designer will come in and then wind up basically giving both critique, and then also will make it better from there. And
So now another dungeon designer will come by and put their 2 cents on it.
Okay. That sounds
Now we're
like
at the
a
2.
collab.
Okay, it's nice.
they'll understand, hey, this was like the core of the original idea, and keep.
This person suddenly has a better idea than the first person that made it, apparently.
Right. Yep. Totally.
From her own words. That's exactly what it sounds like.
She's an associate. She knows.
Okay.
That, and then we'll modify it to fit standards for the rest of the game on making sure, like, hey,
So it's this second person seems to be now modifying it and doing everything to make it work. I'm still trying to figure out what first person's role is in this. Like, so far they've made this, and then second person's like, well, none of this. None of this actually works. But
what if they have to overhaul the whole thing?
Thank goodness you put walls up. That's what it started.
You put the floor down? Nice.
This is what it's sounding like.
Texture, though. This is bad texture.
Right. I don't think she's portraying it correctly of exactly what she's trying to get out. But this is what it sounds like. And these are the two people you put up here to put this out. So that's what I'm going by.
Yeah. I'm just saying, as the associate designer, I feel like she would be the one overlooked. She would be person 2. For sure. For sure.
You are literally on about this associate
the other one is a senior dungeon designer. You're telling me they couldn't give her any other title than associate designer. Who is she associating with? Who is she helping? Everyone? Everything? Is she better than her? What is her job?
I'll look it up for you. Hang on.
What does she do? Does she like give her? Is she just like that third person who helps person 2 give her? She just gives her 2 cents. So that's what we're gonna hear. But that's what we're gonna hear.
It really is the job.
Person 1,
Cope,
we're gonna hear
Cope.
person 2, and then
Cope.
she's person 3.
Cope. An associate designer is responsible for assisting the lead designer or art director in the production of design or creative projects. So she's basically the person who gets the copy.
She's person 2.
She's basically the designer's assistant.
No. She's person 2. Person 1's the designer. Person 2 is just the intern who has to fix everything.
Yeah, that's basically what she is. She just does whatever she tells.
All right.
So
she has no one plan. Yeah, she's every. Yes.
So what?
Right.
What did she design then?
She's an associate.
Yeah, she helps everyone.
Yes, she's an intern.
Yeah, but like, does she have like come with her own ideas or anything?
No, she's an intern.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
So they couldn't get anyone else.
No.
Glad we got this settled. Okay.
Everyone's working on
this area is too large, so let's actually shrink it a bit. We still gotta go find another bell.
What area?
We do a lot of.
Everything feels claustrophobic.
Wait, was that blocked off?
Yeah.
Is that blocked off?
Yeah.
We do a lot of play tests.
That's
So once
actually pretty nice.
There's a lot of block offs in every dungeon.
I'm not saying like no,
every time I watch something, it's like, geez.
Someone has a dungeon ready, they'll be like, "Hey, can people playtest my dungeon?" We actually have standing meetings specifically for like when someone has something that they want to have playtested, and we'll all get together and like playtest it, and then we have a board where we keep like feedback and stuff like that. So,
like it blends really, really, really seamlessly to the background. Like it's so easy to lose your character.
So they have
if your camera wasn't so locked onto
it. They have to have
okay.
A playtest.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that in just a second. I'm ignorant on this aspect. I don't know if Colleen's around. Do they have an option in there where you can do a outline of your character? I don't think they do.
If they could, then like it would explain for the colors. Like I wouldn't. Then everything makes sense. Like, I'm fine with that. Then it's just
then all
personal
that
aspect.
Right, then it wouldn't matter because then you could have like a yellow outline around your character and it'd be hard to miss.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean,
but if it doesn't have that, I mean, like it's so easy to lose your character. Like if you just lose track for like a couple seconds, that can mean death. Because you think you're safe.
I still like if you look at it right now, you really can't tell.
If you didn't know where the character was, like right now, like
it'd
be hard to tell.
You know what would be great? Is if you could have a health bar above your character.
Yeah.
Like a health bar that looks like, somewhere similar to the top.
You could have like the bottom or top could have your health, and then the bottom could be your resource. And then
if it's controller as well, it could have like a small little ring around your feet. And then it has like a little arrow pointing to where you're going. Like nothing, like, something super subtle.
Oh, God. I don't know if there's any other games out there that could possibly have any of these things we just mentioned. Anyhow.
People can have like notes or whatever, and we'll talk about like.
Dude, okay. What is up with all these basic attacks?
I don't know, but
I haven't
her-
seen
Who in
anything
the world
spectacular.
wants to play a game where we only do basic attacks freaking so much the time?
in this fantasy realm.
I mean, I played League of Legends.
Shut up.
Mhm.
It's
Oh, no. Let's use your example of League of Legends. How
like
often
the
do you
most
use basic
auto-attack.
attacks?
Okay, well, it depends
All
who
the
you're
time.
playing. It depends who you're playing.
Nah, I use it all the
No,
time.
with every character, you are using your basic attacks, yes,
No.
but
Hold on.
based on who you are, someone like Vagar is not going to be using the basic attacks as much as someone like a Caitlyn or a Jhin.
I always
They are going to be
autos
using the
in.
auto attacks constantly,
Wait.
but will still use their abilities.
So if we take minions out, how often do you use basic attacks?
Not nearly.
Well,
Still
none.
the same as much as I said. You would still be using it like a good sum. Like Vagar, still not using it nearly as much as someone like Jhin or Caitlyn, who would still be using their abilities a lot. But
Okay, you're talking
those
about
are the most you're going to use.
So if everybody out there, they're talking about one roll, and one roll auto attacks are usually they're pumped up more because that's their basic
Well,
physical
no,
damage. That's
can
their,
run, like,
one of their key
Lux.
things. But okay, what about we talk about any of the other lanes? What about any of the spellcasters?
Okay,
Yeah, but say like Lux is one
he's
of them.
not
Like,
going
good with
okay,
autos.
Darius and Garen are two that are going to be using their autos more.
All melee
but-
characters.
I would still say they're hyped up on
Okay.
their
How
abilities.
often? Okay, well, we'll use Garen for example because I don't know. How often do you use his Q, which is not no, it's a quick attack,
That's
or
okay,
his
no,
or
I
his
can't-
spin? You use
Yeah.
his spinning in.
He uses
You use his Q for another thing. He's
He
got a
uses
shield.
Q to auto reset.
Hell, his R freaking shakes the screen.
Yeah.
And yet, how many auto attacks do you have in there?
that's
One,
very
two, maybe?
okay.
And then you're
Yeah.
back to more abilities where you're spinning a lot
In the beginning, you get a lot more in.
They really
in the
are.
beginning. Okay,
Yeah,
Teemo.
that's about it.
Teemo.
so we need. Let's compare it as apples to apples as best we can, even though we're doing apples to oranges in a way. This is level 50,
Holy crap.
world
expect
tier
cooldowns to be-
1.
Dude, I expect like cooldowns. to
Wait,
be
so they're like
non-vol-
Act 1,
non-vol-
World 1, level 50?
No. So world tier is difficulty scale. Is
Oh.
best way
So
to put this.
everything's been scaled up by a whole tier.
So it's like
No, this is
easy.
basically basic tier.
Oh wait, so they're level
And-
50.
In their level 50.
And the bonus
on-
is 49.
I'm gonna call this easy mode.
This, yeah, I guess
Well-
because it's. Mhm. It's
So,
the
but, okay,
tutorial
but
world.
this is starting tier. Then you have tier 2, tier 3, tier 4.
Level 50.
If they're level 50 on tier 1.
And he's taking. This is just.
So when I start talking about these basic attacks, I'm not talking this is level 10s. I'm talking this is level 50. They're halfway through leveling the characters.
And you're not seeing
Yeah,
any
no, they should
abilities.
be-
And this is a level 49 Bone Warrior Archer.
You should be seeing combos happening, like super heavy hitting damage. That's what you should be seeing.
So okay,
Well, I'm
I
not
guess the
seeing that.
thing-
I hate to say it, I'm not seeing that. It doesn't look like very many comboings going on.
We're looking at this character. He should be able to pretty easily beat this archer down pretty quick.
He's one
No.
level below you, so in a game that like wants to keep everything as equal, like the way that they've done their leveling system. Like it should be.
I
They
have
should be
a-
flowing through that.
I have a feeling this is probably a pre-made one as well.
I mean,
Just-
it would make sense. It would keep it static and easy to film.
So we have two people playing on controllers on an under-leveled thing, and it's almost clear that they don't know how to play the game, or they played it in a very basic fashion.
I feel it's been a basic fashion. Just so that way they can understand if the gameplay works, and not actually if the gameplay's good. So
If the game was just great,
right,
and
phenomenal.
there wasn't much going
Best
on
thing
out
ever.
there, and everything's pretty hyped, or at least a bunch of good stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay.
None of this would be probably a problem as much. But when people are just looking more and more and more of like, why is this game like this? And then you put this out.
Ugh.
Literally, you just put these two on the pedestal of just getting demolished. Now, my guess is, go ahead.
Nah, I didn't have anything.
My guess is there must be a reason why they picked these two.
What was good, what was bad, like what kind, like when we'd offer like suggestions on like things that could change or things that could improve it, stuff like that. We try to involve as many people as possible.
So yes, when somebody wants to do a
Little dungeon.
a play test of some kind, they get in a big group
Yeah.
and set up a play test. Okay, I
They
guess
have
that's
to have a
fine if it's
meeting
something
kind of
new.
thing.
All right.
It's gotta be like a new feature, and everyone has to like whittle down all the things. Like that would make sense if that's what they were doing with it. Like they were
that would make sense.
importing every little thing. It's like that could be use some touch ups, but hey, he's already called that out. He's gonna fix that up right along with the touch things, and it's like everyone's looking at it, figuring out what is wrong, what they could perfect.
So how the hell does resistance is broken get through that?
You're telling me that?
I have no idea. He went Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, you did.
He did. And now he's out.
Oh man.
And that comment will be forever missed in the end. And into limbo.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
We're all
Thanks.
good. I broke my software.
And then like Josie said, usually at some point we tend to like swap designers on dungeons because collaboration is very important. And it also makes sure that like, you know, if there's like bugs in the dungeon later, pretty much anyone can solve the bug because everyone is familiar with all the dungeons.
Exactly.
So it makes the process go a lot smoother.
I just see them this.
Oh, conduit.
What?
I just see him spamming A.
Yeah?
Oh, this is one of my favorite shrines. I love hopping around. And there's a bell. Okay.
Smash it.
What?
Oh, you did smash it. Well, fine. Smash it without me. See if I care. I think the biggest.
What was that?
That was a shrine.
What did... Okay, so it allowed her to turn into a ball of lightning and zap everything in between her and her next teleported spot?
Was there a problem?
It's like the only
A
cool
little,
thing I've seen
yeah. I
so
mean, like,
far.
what exactly did she do with her character that she built and leveled up to level 50?
Well-
I'm not saying that the buff thing is a bad thing, because Path of Exile has it as well. But I'm saying with Path of Exile, it gives you like, you know, more movement speed, more attack damage. There's like a glacial thing splashing at your feet. That one
Uh-huh.
just turns you into a lightning bolt just to go slaughter things instead of
And
like.
yet,
camping
so
you.
far, that's the funnest thing so far.
I know. I thought it was really cool.
A random
I
shrine.
don't
Yeah,
think I don't
you
think
thought it
it's,
was
like,
really
useful.
cool.
I don't
Isn't
think it's
that
useful,
something?
but it's cool. I mean,
That-
it
but
takes away from your
3,
character entirely. But like,
in Diablo
it
3,
was
they
still
got in Diablo 3, they got the conduit shrine. That's that one that sparks. A lot of
Okay.
people like it too. I mean, I like it at the lower levels, but once you start get up to the upper Paragon stuff, it's just I'd rather have something else. It just doesn't do any damage at that point, so it's no longer no fun. But on the lower ones, yeah, you just run through there and slaughter everything. Like, "Grr!" But yes, so basically, she's gotten a shrine. She's like, I really like this. Yeah, I looked at it. It looked fun to me. The rest of this has not been fun.
Yeah.
Biggest
Did they
challenge for this
cut
was
in
actually
between
more art
them
making.
finding enemies, and then them not? Because I haven't been paying attention to that.
What do you mean cut?
Like, this game is empty. All right, there is no enemies ever. So are they cutting in between them finding the enemies?
If I remember right, this started at 2:46 p.m. and I do believe it ends at 2:55 ish, or a little bit after, or it might be 3. It might be 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. So it's 14 minutes that they actually played this, and this video is 10 minutes or almost 11 minutes.
Wow.
So they didn't. There
They
wasn't much
played
cut
for
out.
14 minutes. That's
Making
it.
it look good.
Mhm.
But there were. I mean, some of it's also just like
You're looking at the gameplay now. They're having to backtrack
you know, making sure
because backtracking is always fun.
it still like fits
Yeah.
within like the area that it's in, and trying to find spots for those really big bells. Like we had to make sure that like those fit, you know, and making sure that usually our biggest challenges are trying to like reduce like backtrack.
Or Why they choose these guys?
Making sure it still like fits within like the area that it's in, and trying to find spots for those really big bells. Like we had to make sure that like those fit, and making sure that usually our biggest challenges are trying to like reduce like backtracking as much as possible.
That's the hardest challenge. Keeping everything in front of you. That's the hardest thing to do? Really? How-
I feel like I just mentioned something like this.
The hardest thing to do for them
So-
is just keep it in front of everyone instead of it placing behind How? How is that hard? It's not that
So no, it's the
hard.
biggest headache that everyone has. So we're always looking for ways to improve that
I
kind of
don't-
stuff.
Oh, what was that?
Vinny, how did you wind up going
Different
into?
ability.
I know.
Yeah, the
It's
little
like they
witch.
have other buttons.
Game design?
Oh gosh, that's a long and storied question. I actually kind of always wanted to be a game designer. Like it's been kind of my dream since the days of Nintendo. You know, back in like the 80s, game design was kind of a like you had to know someone kind
So I'm gonna ask.
I don't
what's
even
the whole
believe-
purpose
Have
of
you
this
guys noticed
video?
something here?
Okay, go ahead.
Hang on.
of question. I actually kind of always
It-
wanted to be a game designer. Like it's been kind of
Big
my
hop?
dream since the days of Nintendo. You know, back in like the 80s.
Oh, check this. Frozen. This person's frozen. I know you can't see it. I know there's like nothing to
frozen?
tell you.
Oh, the
Yes.
Archer one.
Game design was kind of
No,
a
no, she's
Oh my
frozen.
god, they're frozen.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
I see it. Oh wow.
Wait.
like you had
Oh, now
And
you're
they're
feared.
to know someone kind
Oh,
of
what a
thing.
Great little thing to show you.
It is so much fun, and I have control of your character like for 6 seconds. That's the most wonderful feeling ever in a game.
Might as well
Nice.
make a sandwich.
So,
Are you making a joke?
I mean, it's like a Morgana queue. You got some
I
time
ended
to
up
wait.
giving up on that initially and went to school for architecture instead. Got through most of an architecture degree, realized this is really not what I wanted to do, and then gave
Did not want an architecture degree. It's cool. Understand.
What is the purpose of this video?
It's Adventures with a Dev.
I don't understand what we're doing.
We got the 2 devs up there, and they're playing the game, and we're talking about what the how they got there.
Yeah, but what
An
they
associate
do.
designer's a developer. Okay, never mind.
Okay, all right.
Take
all
back
right.
my insult.
game design programs started popping up all over the place. So I hopped into one of
We're frozen again,
those.
and we're dead.
After they would have gotten
Died.
feared there, by the way.
Yeah, that's that's because the fear knocked it. So you take damage from it, and you get feared.
Okay.
I want you to recognize
Fear the
this
damage, right?
because combo CCs are just or chain CCs are just wonderful to play with.
Place. So I hopped
I love being frozen where I can't
into
do
one of
nothing,
those.
and then some a-hole puts something on the ground so that I can't move to get out of it. And then once I get out of it, I die because I was frozen for eternity. It just
And
so
then-
happens it pops off right. It's almost like the game has been made that once I get frozen, there's gonna be just something that looks innocuous, but it isn't.
Crazy
Yeah.
amount of damage.
Why would something come behind here and in place right on the ground where I am frozen? That right at the moment, that unless I do some super fast thing to get out of it, I will either die or be
It's like
CC again.
literally on the edge
Died.
and where you're running to when you get feared.
Also, want
It's
to
like not
point
even in the
out
middle.
that like that spell you see, you will see it for the rest of the game. You will see that one specific pentagram on the floor that is red and will start non-color, then glow into a dark color, and it fears you. That's all it does. You will see it throughout the entire game, all the way up until you fight the final boss, and she will use that spell too. They love it. It's like their masterpiece.
I would like to mention that this game has a function of rolling, so to speak.
It does.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it has like a 5-second cooldown. That's
That's right.
Still haven't
I just
seen
like to I like to mention that you haven't I haven't seen it either between two developers.
it.
Hold on.
What are we talking about exactly on this like whole video? I don't get what they're going after. Why would they just put it out? Like, are they like trying to explore and like explain more of like what they do for like the dungeon? Because they went like two, maybe even like a minute on that, and then like immediately off of it, or they're talking about like why things are like that, or
I like that we're 5 minutes of the video and you're still confused as to what the bleep this video is about.
Yeah, what's it about? Are they showing just gameplay? The game's already out. You can't hype it up.
Well, I'll give you a comment to help you. See, dev spamming basic ability with a full resource bar, then dying on World Tier 1 at level 50 in a normal dungeon. Yeah, it all makes sense now why the game's like it is. Okay.
then, yeah. So
we're working on this. We're working on this together, Cobe.
A school for game design.
See, there's your spell right there.
Beard stuck in the wall.
Learned
Yeah.
the basics that I needed to know.
Ooh, might die. I
Got
might die.
myself
Oh,
an internship
okay.
somewhere, and then the rest is history.
Nice.
So how about you, Josie? How did you decide that this was the thing that you wanted to do? Make dungeons full of monsters?
Funnily enough, I actually also went to a college of architecture.
We have two people that went to the College of Architecture. Went for college for architecture.
And only one of them is a true dungeon designer. A senior dungeon designer.
No, okay. On one side, if you think about this, if we were to actually break this down, so we actually went for somewhere for architecture, which is building buildings and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually designing dungeons.
Which actually takes
This
architecture.
is architecture, right? So it makes sense.
And, one goes, they go hand in hand. Like, it's actually really cool.
Why do I have to backtrack in the dungeon?
Exactly. They can't, bro.
But underneath
this
there,
video was meant to help
they
them at
actually had
all,
a
it
visualization
has not.
program, which included game design because, long story short, gaming software actually evolved from architecture software with like 3D rendering and whatnot. And so they're
Cool little piece of history.
She's
I
talking
think,
about
little trivia.
AutoCAD and things like that. Yes, okay.
Neat little
alright.
thing.
under their game design program.
Ability. That was a right trigger, which has a 40-second cooldown.
40-second?
I was able
Don't you think you want to use them more?
to
I
pick up
do.
a
It's like the first time I
part-time
see it, I was
job as
using
a game
it.
designer. Initially thinking I wanted to be an artist, but over time
It's
I
lame!
just fell in love with being able
I like the swinging at the
Statue.
Yeah,
Able to
it's,
That's
to
something I would
design
do.
things and like putting things together
And
and
next
player
hour, it's
interaction. Really focusing on like experiences and making levels and environments that people have fun in. I feel so like elated just due to the fact that being under NDA for so long, which granted I haven't been on this project as long as Dini has, but
I'm kind of starting. What I'm trying to figure out this video as well. It's like the gameplay's there, I guess ish, but then we're just doing a chit chat over backgrounds of people that no one cares.
I hate, like, I'm not, like, I don't care about this. I'm kindest way possible. I don't care about these two people at all. I want to know more about the game. That's why, like, I would ever click on this video. It's learn more about the game, like a dev's point of view of why the game is like this, and certain aspects, like some things are still
Talking about the
hard.
game.
Yeah, like things like they're working on, or things that they have tried to work on. The reason why certain things aren't fixed. If like it comes up like why if you did this, why are all resistance buffs terrible? Well, we still don't know how that happened, and we can't get to it at this
Right.
moment. But bring it up.
Yeah.
Something. I want to know more about the game. I don't care about these people.
So yeah, so this entire video so far has been nothing but a background story of whatever they are. It's if why does anybody care when you're getting just hounded in bad reviews, bad everything, and this is what you come out with? Is it everything's fine? Come on.
being able to
Terrible move.
finally be able to tell friends like, oh hey, here's the game, go try it, and like tell me what you think, and being able to see everybody just so happy with it and taking critique and like responding to it as fast as we can. Just overall loving to hear people boast about it and getting to basically font like
Yeah, I can hear you stuttering on trying to like say that people really like making this game.
hey, this is what I've been working on for the past long while.
My wife's family is huge
Long while,
on,
yep.
on Diablo,
That
so
sounded
it's
like
been a lot of them
they
like
really put effort. Long
that's-
while.
asking me like where everything is and like
That one
where
ability.
all the stuff is hiding, which I'm like, well, I can tell you about the dungeons. But that's about as far
Yeah,
as I
where's-
get. No, it's been
Okay, so interesting.
Okay, did you hear
Is it
that
too-
part?
Yeah, she
No.
only works on the dungeons. That's what she said.
That part, yeah.
Like she's like, "Where's all the missing stuff?" Well, I don't know. I just kind of work on the dungeons, which is, if you're gonna put someone on the developer point, you would think you would put people who like have been kind of around the office, not just like on this one part, right?
Okay, this is where I want to break it down. She basically just admitted the entire problem of Diablo 4.
Oh, she knows nothing
She-
else. That's why.
Yes, not her fault.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She only knows the dungeons.
Yeah, that's
She
her
doesn't
job.
know the overworld. She doesn't know any of those other. She knows dungeons only,
Mm-hmm.
which means
She's
somebody
a
else
senior
only knows.
dungeon designer.
So
That's
that
all
means
I'm
only
saying.
somebody only knows something about the overworld. There's probably only somebody that knows something about bosses. There's only somebody
So it's so split up. Like it's very,
broken
very
into
split up.
separate departments.
That's
It
probably why
shouldn't
they
be
need the
that
meetings.
separated.
So you're gonna tell me that there's a majority of the development team that doesn't know the game overall, period,
Or
and
didn't
they're
really talk to each other much.
bureaucracy. It's a big company, so it's
Yeah.
compartmentalized.
Man,
Yet we put this into perspective that we go to Path of Exile, because I'm gonna keep using it as an example.
it's
So
just
I'm
a great,
comparing-
it has to be used as an example.
It's the
Like,
free
it
version
can't-
of this.
It's
like,
a
the
free
is always
version,
better.
and it's very, very, very close in stature and what the games are trying to be. So it needs to
Okay.
be used as just a reference point, whether good
Would
or
you
bad.
would you like to know how many people worked on the latest season?
Yes.
5,000.
They don't have nearly that many people
For
2,000.
Diablo or Path of Exile?
Well, yeah, good question.
for Path of Exile.
Path of
Oh.
Exile. I'm
200.
guessing 20.
The correct answer would be 1.
What the?
Really? For the Forge season? For Forge. The Crucible, sorry. The Crucible season.
Yeah.
One person. That's really. I mean, like, no, it's just really cool. One person was able to put all of it into there because they have to
So-
put down the crucibles individually into each section.
It's at
That's
random
a lot.
spots.
I know it's even better. Like they had made it to where like,
My-
it comes in at random areas. One
But my
person.
thing is that if I was to ask that person or any of that in an entire group at Grinding Your Games, I will guarantee you that that entire development team knows the game. They may not all be the greatest at it, but I guarantee you they know the game and can play it proficiently.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
know the ins and outs basically because they made the game.
We're watching these two that are clearly not proficient at the game.
No, which is fine. Yeah, it is what it is.
It is no.
But it's just more
it's-
of just like if you're gonna show the game, show it on some people who just
No.
know the game.
This is actually a problem. They're not proficient at the game. How are you going to understand players that are up on the higher levels? How are you going to understand what their problems are?
Yeah.
True.
You
very
can't
true.
you can't even talk to the mid players
Yeah.
because you don't understand what their problems are.
You are the beginning.
How can you
you
relate
are
to
fresh
them
to this game?
if you don't understand the game yourself? How are you going to make things better when you don't understand the game yourself? That's a problem.
You actually need to be a gamer in order to make games.
So you make the level design of the dungeons. Well, that's great. Do you actually know how?
Or do you 3D like?
How do you
engineer
know it?
something
How
that
do
is
you know this
buildable?
level design is good if you don't understand how the creatures inside of it are going to work inside of this dungeon?
Or do you even know like the storyline of like does it fit in?
Or is it just a side dungeon?
Like, do they just tell you it needs to look like this? Do it.
So what I'm hearing on all this is that they do the pretty pictures and make it how it flows, but it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it flows.
They're one to
'Cause
the
they don't know what
two-person
they're
setup
doing.
on making a dungeon.
I feel like there's such a disconnect between these two things that this already leads into why there's a bigger problem.
There's not enough of like
No,
knowledge.
like it
about
seems
the
like
game.
most of the team does not understand the overall game.
Yeah. It's more of how.
And again, I don't feel like it's their fault on this. I think it's
No.
just how the company is structured.
If they were going
Like,
to do
yeah,
it,
but
they
again,
needed
it's
more
like-
people in per dungeon.
Well,
Instead
no,
of- Go ahead.
they need an overall thing where people know everything about the game and know how to play it.
Yeah, should definitely just have
I
people
mean-
play. I don't think they've had people just like per section play out the game because they already had. Oh my god, it's cookie cutter.
I mean, they could do that. It's just then you have someone like
It's so
supervising
cookie cutter.
everyone.
Basically, they took everything from 3, and then on 3 they like kind of checked everything, so they had people kind of playing through it, like every section to make sure it worked and flowed fine. 4, they already knew what they were doing. They just grabbed everything that they did for 3 and just did it to
I
the
feel-
most efficiency possible. Not
I definitely-
caring about it.
I definitely feel like there was a lot of freaking copy and paste, especially like the inventory stuff. That's clearly copy and paste.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's-
and how do we
feel
get
that's
around
exactly
like
what it is? They just knew exactly
My-
how to do it, and so they just copied it instead of going through the
Okay.
processes of making it.
Again, this person here on screen and like it, I don't feel like this is their fault entirely. I think
They're
again
still
that
part
they
of the
should
issue.
they should be doing better
Mhm.
on gameplay stuff. But when it comes to overall stuff, that's not their deal. That's the company.
Yeah.
Not
When it
having
comes
better
to something like
integrations between
buffs
them.
and so on, like yeah. But like this is just sad to watch.
Okay, do you see this screen here?
Yep.
Number.
Makes you
Yeah.
feel like you did big boy stuff.
Yeah, but my thing is like it just clutters the screen.
Oh yeah. I want to just see all their health bars drop.
So I can't even really see the
I
players.
truly like
I
from
think-
you don't care about all the people, like the big numbers or really anyone else's health than the people that are currently trying to kill you. And if they're not close enough to kill you, I don't care about them. So I would just rather like to see their health bars a little bit later on. I don't need to know how much damage I'm doing to them. Just let me see their health bars drop.
Now, okay, I think this could be a personal preference. I think some people like the numbers.
Mhm.
I think if I could personally turn these off, I'd already feel like the game is better. I just feel like it clutters. That's one of the things I don't like in
Takes you
D3
out of
because
the
it just starts
immersion.
cluttering, especially when you get to the millions. It's like, okay, dude,
It's a lot of numbers that I don't care.
at that point, it'd be better if I just see percentages. But again, I think this is more personal preference. I think a lot of people do like these because it gives you a
Well,
nice
yeah,
hype of like you're doing big things. But I can get that same feeling myself if I see the bar dropping.
Yeah, I think the only time I
Appropriately.
would turn those numbers on is just to try and figure out how much DPS I'm currently doing and if a build does more or less.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But like being
Most
able
of
to
the
turn
time
it
the
on and
health
off is
scales
nice.
with
Just
it, though.
have a dummy to hit or something.
Most of the time, like the monster's health scales with your damage, so it doesn't really matter if you're doing big boy damage. They still have big boy health.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Far as I get. No, it's been pretty cool though. Like it's they don't often get together to play games, so they've got like a Discord server going, so it's kind of cool like watching them all
Oh,
like
that's
go
really
through
sweet.
and
They don't play the
actually get
game. She said it herself.
together and
The
like
people just don't play the game.
No, she was talking about like friends and family.
Oh, okay.
So what she's talking about in that part, she
And it has
was
nothing
talking.
to do with the game.
Yeah, I know. So basically, she's saying that the family has actually made their own Discord and have keep talking about the game and what they're blah 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 and how they're getting together. And she's
Sounds
basically
super
talking like
far-fetched,
it's
but
kind of
cool.
a little family bonding thing is what's going
It's
on
cool,
there.
but it sounds far fetched. I'm not gonna lie.
like play the
It
game
does, doesn't
together
it?
and stuff. So it's been kind of a mini family bonding moment.
I think the other thing is like this game is so expansive that initially
Hold on,
Expanse or expin?
expansive.
So
Yeah,
big.
expensive.
I know. I think that E instead of an A would probably made more appropriate.
Yeah.
But there was an A and
Oh,
she said
okay.
expansive.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, if you pay
Liar.
$15.
Big madcap.
That's
I'm
when it
getting
gets
No.
expanded.
madcap vibes.
I was thinking, oh, I worked on it for so many years. I'm not gonna play it as much whenever the game fully releases. But I've
Look
been
at all those
pleasantly
enemies
surprised. Like the
fighting.
game is so
Right behind the
expansive.
door, bunch of enemies. Bunch more enemies.
I know we're watching nothing so far, but expansive. She keeps using the word expansive.
Yeah. Do you not see how it's like all the architecture?
Hold on.
Like there's so much.
Yeah, we got wider lanes now.
Okay, so expansive, the meaning is covering a wide area in terms of space or scope, extensive or wide-ranging.
So the word that she should be using is extensive, not expansive.
Let's see. What's expansive here? The open world is a pretty big place.
It's very expansive.
The dungeons, there's like 10 of them, and then they like change them up a little bit.
Not very expansive.
Yeah,
There's
that's
not a
exactly
lot,
what
not a
I
lot of
see.
space.
Like I'm
Not a
not.
lot of space.
I'm
Now,
not
if you
seeing
had
much
like
there.
20 dungeons, that's an extensive amount.
Well, there's 10, and then you like repurpose them, then it gets to 120. So they have like 120
So
dungeons.
it's extensive. Is what not expansive.
But no, that's expansive.
no.
I don't know where the fuck is there is expansive in this game. Yes, there's a big open world, but nobody's in it because there's all this shit. There's nothing there. The experience is trash. Nobody plays in the open world. They go to the dungeon.
You forced them there.
Yes, actually.
Like you
I said I know Diablo's in the earth, so I'm gonna go there.
We still got 3 minutes of this video.
Like while I've worked on dungeons, the overworld alone, like there's so much
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa.
content there. And
You know this, or you've seen this, or you've played it.
What? Okay, I
Any
know
of
you guys
these?
don't- You guys pay attention to her. I'm paying attention to something.
there's so many other dungeons I just haven't worked on. There's always content to go look forward to and playing too.
So we're at the drowned sea hag. As you can see, she's quite the lady, and she loves making your life miserable.
Yeah, she leaves puddles on the ground that you have to make sure you don't step on or get pushed into by the waves rolling by, like that.
She was actually the big boss of the BlizzCon demo back in, was it 2019 or whatever, when we announced the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Is this
So
the
weird.
music that's in the game?
There's music.
Yeah, I can hear it, but
Did they turn it down?
I don't think they're using the music that's in the game for the boss.
What is that boss health bar, by the way?
Yeah, that's
What, you
all the
like
health
it?
bars.
It's so trash.
You don't like it, huh?
No, I don't. It doesn't look epic like it should
We'll-
because
we'll
it's a
go-
boss.
we'll go back
Bro, the boss did no damage.
Well, they're World Tier 1.
And there's so many other dungeons I just haven't worked on. There's always
Which is
content to.
But it's level 49. So.
You know what the greatest thing in playing a
Not seeing
melee
your
character in a game is when you have these things like this, especially in Diablo 4, where you have these puddles
Go look forward to and playing too.
and they deal damage to you.
So we're at the
And
You
it's
just
great
stand
when
in
the
them?
boss stands in the middle of these puddles and you're in melee.
Oh, yep.
drowned sea
So
hag. As you
fun.
can see, she's quite the lady.
It makes it so you can hit the
Um,
boss.
and she loves making your life miserable.
Yeah, she leaves puddles on the ground that you
Yeah,
have to make sure
yeah.
you don't step on or get pushed into by the waves rolling by,
Oh, yeah,
like
that's-
that.
She was actually the big boss of the
Can you
BlizzCon
dodge
demo
it,
back
like, once in a
was it
while?
2019 or whatever, when we announced the game.
Maybe.
Like, it'd
Oh,
be
really?
nice just
Yeah.
to see some good, like, gameplay.
She was
some,
what
like,
everyone thought. We
dodging.
had this like cool sequence with a cave that was like flooded, and you had to like drain the water, and you'd find her at the end or whatever. So she is one of many bosses that we have floating around. She is also one
Basic
tough
attack,
SOB.
basic attack,
I remember the
basic attack,
vampire boss
basic
being
attack.
also quite
It's a tough boss, though.
difficult as
Tough
well.
boss. She dodged! Look! Look!
Wow, it's a cool. Wow.
Bloodsucker. All right, can you
Did she dodge into it?
stop?
Yeah.
Can you hit you, please?
All right. Okay. I will give you this. Okay. She likes to use her like leap attack
Don't be
to
smashy.
dodge.
Or dodge. Oh,
Oh my
Yeah.
god, they're nearly halfway.
that's why she got hit there.
There we go.
That's good. I'm running.
There was a dodge out.
I'm gonna go on health mode.
I'm not. Okay, I gotta stop. We gotta stop. Like, we
I
just
gotta
move
get
on.
more.
Gotta play,
I
yeah.
feel like I am average at games. I don't know. It kind of depends. Like one of the cool
Well, she just thinks she's average at games.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Okay. Well, nope. That's good. That's self-realization. That's good. That's fine. That is absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
cool things about our dungeon group is that we
yeah,
all
I think I'm pretty good at the game.
I mean, I hate to
You know,
break it
you're-
to you,
at
but
least
yes,
you- yeah.
this
You know
is
you're-
average. This is the average player. I hate to break it to you guys. I know this comes as a shock to you, but yes. this
Player,
is
not
the average-
gamer. Player, not gamer.
Yeah, game.
difference.
Anybody that
difference.
plays, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
kind of have
Average
like
player,
different
not
games
the
that we
average
like
gamer.
and different games that we're good at versus not good at, or like, you know, some of us are a little more casual, some of us are a little more hardcore, and it's kind of cool because then we can try and find this like balance between all of our stuff.
Yeah, player versus gamer.
To make sure that, you know, everyone is having a good time regardless of whatever their like their gaming preferences are. It's kind of a nice dynamic to have, especially when you're making content. If everyone has like the same temperament towards the games they like and how they like to play them, well then everything ends up one note. But when you have designers with different opinions, then you can like, you know, find the balance between what everyone likes, make the appropriate compromises, and then more people get to have fun with your stuff because you're trying to cover more of your audience.
Sounds like a gamer versus
Yeah.
And we beat the
That's
boss!
I really want to make a fanfare, but it's the wrong genre, so. Do we have any emotes?
We have...
I can say
He dropped
They
crap.
don't even know
I
the-
swear they did not use the music from Diablo 4.
I didn't hear any music that entire time.
I'm like
I won't lie.
80% sure.
I didn't hear any music.
hello.
I can taunt you.
This music?
Tommy.
There are
That's
so
Diablo
many ways.
music? That doesn't sound like Diablo music.
It's not. There's no way. Not this. No,
That's
they
not Diablo
didn't.
music.
Wait, you can't use music from your own game?
It's copyrighted.
Oh shit.
Is I can kill you.
Alright, fine.
Oh look, we can taunt.
This will be your last.
That will be your last stupid mistake.
Well, thank you, Dean, so much for playing, and
Yes, thank you for.
Okay. I'd like to point out something. If I had to take a guess on what classes these two would have picked, I would have guessed Barbarian and Rogue. And wow, they played Barbarian and Rogue.
That was Rogue. I thought it was Ranger.
That was a ranger.
Looked like they had a bow.
Okay, it's a Rogue in Diablo 4.
Really?
Yes.
Oh God. Why?
Why is it named
Flying with
Rogue?
me. I know
Because they're a rogue.
we do this on a daily basis,
Guess what I tested with?
but special occasion. Because we've got friends this time, and they got to
Exactly.
experience this with us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for
What did we experience?
I don't know.
Dude.
playing our game. We're loving all the positive feedback from it, and
There's positive feedback? Where?
So I can
I
only
want to
give
see.
positive. There's no negatives.
I want to see
Wow,
the positive
I
feedback.
gotta play this game
Show
now.
that.
They have inspired me to play this game off of what they've done. It just
Yeah,
I
the
love
first
this
boss
game.
Looks really cool.
it's just
Mhm.
I gotta play it now. I gotta spend $70 to play it.
I might visit my friend Captain Jack Sparrow for this game.
it helps keeps us going and make more stuff for you. And there's plenty more stuff to come.
thank y'all so much.
Bye.
I didn't
Yeah,
get anything
I-
from that. I still don't know what it was all about. Where we were just like talking about the two people that were on the couch and they were just kind of like playing the game that they created and having fun
I-
and playing that.
I'm-
and
I'm-
talking
I-
about their life. Like, what are we doing here?
Okay. Yes, that's kind of. I think that's how these things work. It's adventure with the dev, and it just like it's supposed to be some background or something. But
But I don't care. I
I'm
want to
not
know
sure.
about the game.
Here's all I know is that this comes out, and this game has got a bunch of bullshit. And this
it's-
remarks of positive feedback is it
It sounds like they just don't care about anything.
They're playing a narrative rather than accepting what the hell's going on. And that's what starts bothering me. Like, why didn't she just say feedback? We're grading your feedback. That would acknowledge. That would actually acknowledge some people of what they're throwing out there. But the fact that you put positive feedback in there just goes to show that
You're not really looking at them.
you're dismissing a lot of stuff. Watching Blizzard destroy every IP I grew up playing one at a time slowly is saddening. Yeah, don't worry, brother. Don't worry. At some point, you just don't give a fuck anymore.
Microsoft to fix it. Have
I know
faith.
it. No, they won't.
Believe
Have
in
faith!
Microsoft.
We've all spent years wondering what is wrong with Blizzard, and now we understand everything. Incredible. Blizzard should be ashamed of themselves for putting these two in the line of fire. Bingo! They should be. 100% Blizz will use the dislike ratio and comments here to call the fan base toxic just to shield themselves from legit criticisms of their game. No,
Yes.
nobody would ever do that. After this video, I begin to respect PoE developers even more.
Yup.
He got the right idea.
I was so confused how they designed the barbarians so badly in D4. Then I watched a dev play a dungeon with no shouts that didn't spend their fury once. It all adds up now.
God.
The more videos they release, the more I truly realize how beyond saving Blizzard is. I wish they showed this video before the game was released. Would have saved a lot of people some time and money.
Bro. Yes, it would.
I thought it's not easy to be a dungeon designer. I think I was wrong. Thank you for releasing this. I can finally convince myself to stop playing a game designed by a level 50 barb who died in a normal dungeon.
Yes, that was
What an easy dungeon, bro.
Okay, I will say. Okay, I'm gonna. I gotta do some protect there. When you're talking about something else and you're trying to play the game at the same time, you can just lose track of what you're kind of doing on the screen.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Like, yes, it's. I know it's
you
all
get
bad and
lost.
stuff like that, but I think this is kind of what happened. Then got chain CC'd. I mean, I think it should be a realization of how bad chain CC is. But
got changed to see twice the same way.
yes.
Back to back.
I gotta say on that, like, I've done it before where I'm trying to do that or looking at chat or something else, and then I die, and it's just something stupid. It's like standing in something, and like, why don't you just click your character over, doofus? But I'm doing one thing, talking, yada yada yada. I'll do a defense on that, like that
makes sense.
happens.
Yeah, it's fine.
It
It got away from you. What are
But
you
the
gonna do?
chain, if she didn't get chain CC, it probably wouldn't have been a problem in the first place, huh?
Exactly.
So, needless to say, what the fuck? Okay.
Why would they? Put
I don't even know. It's like this failure after failure after failure after failure, and it's just like you keep throwing this garbage out there, and I don't even know. I don't even know what to go. I mean, who could be any worse? Oh wait, so Red Dead.